So this is my race boat SWE 33, and I have discovered some cracks here in the deck cabin, and you can see here there's cracks all the way up to here. So I'm gonna make a little video to show you how to fix this. So I'm gonna start by removing my graphics here, or my text. So I will come back when I have finished that, because that will be very boring to watch. So 10 minutes later so now I'm using some regular alcohol to clean off the glue. I'll actually clean the whole area here and see what we have to work with. So the next step is where many people get a little scared, but I'll show you how to do it. It's not hard. So I don't know where I was pointing the camera, but all the video from grinding got messed up. But you can see I'm using one of these finger grinders. And going back to the model, this is me from the future. I've already laminated, but you use this finger grinder and you carefully remove all the broken fiberglass. You need to leave some, unless you want to pad it from the back. If you have a hole, then you have to put something from the back to put your new fiberglass up against. So I wiped the areas with acetone. So now I'm cutting some glass, and you don't have to worry about if the glass is larger than the area you're going to repair, because we're going to take care of that with the sanding. You don't wet it, you only wet it up to where your repair line is, or maybe a little bit north of that. But so I'm going to do, these are 100 grams, so I'm going to use at least 3 layers. I've made a small piece here. I'm going to make a couple of pieces for this, and the same here. And for all you professionals out there, yes, this is probably going to be too much hardener, but I'm going to sail this boat today, so I need it to harden within an hour or so I can repair the boat and go sail with my buddy Jonas today. We deemed it too windy yesterday, so we didn't go. And then last night I saw more cracks on the starboard side, so I thought I'll fix that. Okay, so we mix the hardener in the polyester, and then we start. So I usually, when you have a hole through the boat, you need to be a little careful, because you don't want it to pour in on the inside. But polyester is a little gel, it's not super runny, so we wet that down, and then we take our big piece, and I should have put gloves on, but I forgot. But please use gloves, don't do what I do. And you can see that I make sure that I have resin, so that everything, if you get a little bit like that, it makes no difference. I could have laid the boat down, but I thought I'd show you, if you have a crack on the side of a boat, you can do it like this. And then we move this in place. And you don't want to use too much resin, you just want to wet it. And I'm not going to roll this. This brush is fairly stiff, so I'm gonna just use the brush to get the air out. going to be 10 times better than the hole at least. And don't worry about this that sticks on the outside. It's super easy to remove with the sander. You can block sand it, or you can use like I'm going to use my 150mm sander. And film and work with one hand is not always super easy, but I'm doing the best I can. And I can see my resin is now switching colors, so it has starting to react. So hopefully I didn't put too much resin. I can do these 3 or 4 places here. So that's it. I'm gonna fix the other places off camera, and then I'll be back when it's time to sand. So at this stage it doesn't look very nice, does it? But now we're gonna leave this for a couple of hours to harden, 2 or 3 hours, and then come back and sand this, and I'll show you how to do it. So we are now a couple of hours later, and this is fully hardened. So now we're going to go ahead and sand. So I'm going to use an orbital sander, and with an 80 grit paper. And I'm going to go ahead and use both hands. So that's pretty much how it's done. You sand until this is flat, and you're going to have a little bit of a dimple here, but we're going to take care of that with some putty filler or Bondo. So now I'm just making sure that I don't have anything protruding out. This is fairly hard to sand. That's why I use the machine. So now I'm going to go ahead and just trim it up with this little guy, and then put some putty filler on there. So right when I was trying to film, when I added the putty filler, the camera locked up, but here it is. So we have added some easy to sand filler on top of that hard. So next I'm gonna block sand this. I'm just gonna let it harden. I'm using this very small, I think it's called a thumb sand or something. You can just block this out, and then we're gonna take it. So now I'm using this very small, I think it's called a thumb sander or something, to just block this out. So now I've taken this to 220 and feeling with my fingers, it feels okay. This is a race boat, and I'm gonna get hit again. Hopefully not on this side, because then I'm at fault. But you know, you run into each other a little bit on the race course, and no harm intended, but it happens. So I have a few more small things, and then we're gonna tape it up and paint. Okay, so I added a little bit more Bondo in a couple of places. I had a little pinhole there. So now we wait for this and sand, and hopefully I can paint on top of that. Otherwise I will have to put a little bit of primer on there, but I think I can paint straight off the bat. Okay, we're almost ready to paint. What I usually do here when you can fold the tape up, then you don't get a hard line where the old and new meet. Here I try to do it, but like I said, this is a race boat, so I'm not super concerned about the finish. But I will put some more tape up here, and then clean it with some alcohol again, and then we're gonna paint. Okay, so that is pretty much the repair done, and I'll put some white paint on there. You can see here she's been worn, and the name and the number here is a little battle scarred, so I probably will tomorrow will remove this, and then I might save the Swedish flag and then do a light dusting of white paint here before this fall season starts. So we are now over 1,062 subscribers, I think, on the channel, so thank you very much for that. And thanks for putting a thumbs up if you thought this video was something to like. And thanks for subscribing, and until the next one, have a good one. Bye.